everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a summer reading guide. Since I did a reading guide for the spring, I thought I would do one for the summer. The books I'm recommending, one of the genres I'm recommending is going to be a little different because the genres I'm going to be giving you guys for recommendations in the summer is fantasy, contemporary / romance, and sci-fi. The reason I'm giving you guys some sci-fi recommendations is because I've read some sci-fi so far this summer, and I'm excited about. I love the sci-fi that I'm reading, and plus the Hunt Solo movie came out before summer started, so I was like, why not? So let's get started. The first genre I'm going to be recommending is fantasy, and the first book I'm recommending is Long May She Reign by Rhiannon Thomas. This book's about this girl who's like 23rd lying for the throne, but then she finds out that her whole family is poisoned and she becomes queen when she's not meant to be queen. I just love this book so much. I actually listened to this on audiobook. Freya's different than any of the princesses I've read in other books. She's a scientist, so like if you love science and you want to read a book that's about a princess that is different, I would recommend Long May She Reign. The next book I'm recommending is Ink, Iron, Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. I almost forgot the author's name. This book is a fantasy and historical fiction about this girl who was born in a fictional world, but then her world gets destroyed, and then she's stuck being in Victorian Italy and in late 1800s. I like the book, and I think everybody should read it because the world is like way different than any other, like Victorian Italy is different than it is in England, and that's what I like about it. Plus, if you love the world building in the books, and if you like characters are try to be different than outside of their shell, I definitely would recommend Ink, Iron, Glass. The next fantasy book that I'm recommending to read in the summer is The Book Jumper by Majill Glacier. I still have not pronounced it on her last name, but the point is this book is about this girl who finds out that she's a book jumper, and she and her mom was coming back from Germany to Scotland, and then she finds out she's a book jumper, and then she has to learn her abilities, and the book jumpers are people who protect literature from being destroyed, and I love this book so much, and I'm like, this reminds me of the Pagemaster, the movie, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just make me love the book more, and plus, if you love reading books that talks about other classics or some of your favorite books, I recommend The Book Jumper. The last fantasy that I'm recommending to you guys is The Neverland Wars by Audrey Greyhouse. This is a Peter Pan retelling, and this retelling is different than any other Peter Pan retellings that I've read. Apparently, in this book, parents are protecting their children from Peter Pan, and Peter Pan's a real person apparently, and then there's war between Neverland and reality. I love the book so much. I'm planning on reading a sequel, and I don't own the book, but I'm gonna be buying it soon. I don't know when, but I'm planning on reading the sequel because I need more from this world. I just love everything about this book. If you love retellings, especially Peter Pan, I recommend The Neverland Wars. Now I'm gonna be recommending contemporary / romance, and the first book is A Stay in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. I just love this book. This is also a retelling of Sherlock Holmes, and apparently Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson's great grandkids had their own mystery adventures. I just love the book, thanks to Rocky from Blonde with a Book, which I'll link her channel down below. I honestly love mysteries and retellings, obviously, but I just love this book because it kind of like reminds me of, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say, but I just love this book so much that I'm honestly planning on reading a sequel. I just don't know when, but I just love mysteries, and I love how they mentioned Sherlock and Dr. Holmes mysteries, along with their Descendants mysteries, so I highly recommend this. The next book I'm recommending is By Your Side by Casey West. It's about this girl who gets locked up in a library with a boy, and which is like any bookworm's dream, and she gets locked up during a weekend, and she could only survive on snacks from vending machines. I just love this book because I just love how she like doesn't know this guy, but then she ends up getting to know him and getting to know him like while those two are locked up in a library. And I just love the romance between those two characters, and I also love how I also love that the character has anxiety, which I just love how this character has anxiety, and it kind of wants me to learn more about the character. Like, I don't have mental illness or anything, but I have some friends that do have anxiety, and I kind of, like I felt, I'm trying to figure out how I feel, but it just made me feel like that I know that what my friends are going through with anxiety, and I just recommend this to anybody who loves romance, plus if they want to read about a character with the same mental illness as them. So yeah, I recommend By Your Side. The last romance/contemporary that I'm gonna be recommending is The Lucky One by Nicholas Sparks. This was the first Nicholas Sparks I ever read. It's about this man who was in a Marine and who finds his fall of a woman, and then he ends up walking across the United States searching for her, and I just love this book so much, and I've read most of it. I've read some of the Nicholas Sparks books, but my goal is to read the rest, so I definitely recommend this if you love romance movies, or like that's turned into a movie, but if you love strictly romance books, I definitely would recommend The Lucky One. Now I'm going to be recommending some sci-fi, and the first book is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is a dystopian, but it's still sci-fi because dystopian is part of sci-fi. But anyways, it's about this world that has virtual reality thing, and then the guy who originally created this video game universe, Oasis, died, and there's this contest that if you find this hidden Easter egg in the Oasis, you get the fortune, and Wade tries to like not only save the Oasis but trying to win the contest. I love this book so much that I'm like, I need to see the movie because that's kind of got me into reading the book in the first place. But I love this book so much, and I can't believe there's going to be a sequel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta read the sequel. So I definitely recommend Ready Player One. The next sci-fi I'm recommending is Cinder by Marissa Myers, also the Lunar Chronicles. I'm currently reading Crest right now, and I love the series so much that I'm like, I need to finish reading the series because I just love them so much. Plus, Cinder is a sci-fi retelling of Cinderella, and I recommend like 3 retellings in this video from different genres, but if you love retellings, especially sci-fi, I definitely recommend Cinder. And the last book I'm recommending to you guys, / the last sci-fi book I'm recommending you guys to, is Heart of Iron by Ashley Pawson. I love this book so much. This is becoming one of my favorite books of the year, and it's the sci-fi retelling of Anastasia. I just love the world, and I love the characters. I just love everything about it. I just could not put it down as I was reading it. I've talked about this in one of my reading vlogs, which I'll link down below, and I just love this book so much. I recommend this to everybody, especially if like they read it and don't like it. I'm still recommending this book to everybody. So that's all for my summer reading guide. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and comment down below some of your guys' recommendations for me to read in the summer because I love hearing everybody's recommendations, and I'm willing to give every book a try whenever I can. And if you want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook under Lost Reader, and I have Twitter and Instagram on Lost Reader 19. I also have Goodreads, which I'll link down below. If you don't want to miss any of my videos, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!